What is going on, everybody? It is Sean, or the Armchair Coach, and we are back on College Football 27 today, playing some more of the Road to Glory, trying to see if we can turn Kris Hickock into the best college football quarterback the world has ever seen. So first things first here, we have to get ourselves a little bit more familiar with the menus. I didn't play a lot of Road to Glory in 25 or 26, mostly because Road to Glory has been kind of shitty in these newer games. I have not been a fan of them, and to be honest with you, so far I'm still not a huge fan. We are going to stick it out with this one, and we are going to make it to the end, and we are going to turn Kris Hickock into the best quarterback you've ever seen, whether I like it or not. So, with that being said, let's get ourselves a little bit familiar here. I see that we can upgrade him already. We have 580 points to spend. So let's press that button, and it takes us over here to this screen where we can now spend the points to upgrade what we want to upgrade. As you can see, we started a 74 overall, which as a 5-star is pretty awful. However, I don't think it's the worst it could be. Depth chart wise, we're third on the depth chart, and we are only a little bit worse than the guy who's second on the depth chart, and then we have a little bit more to go to reach number one as far as overall is concerned. So what do we want to prioritize? Right now we have no throw power, so I feel like that is important. So it costs 90 per level to upgrade that, and I think right away, as a true freshman, we just dump some points into that. And then we can maybe spend a little bit more to upgrade some other stuff here. I mean, as far as the athletic stats are concerned, we're not too worried about upgrading those right now. We're definitely more concerned about getting our passing stats in good shape and maybe our IQ, but we still have like 40 more points to spend, so maybe we upgrade our throw on the run a little bit. So just between those two upgrades that we put down, we go up 2 overall, so we are going to be a 76 overall starting our freshman year. So now we get to look at practice. Practice, man. We talking about practice. So practice, from what EA says, is going to be very important as far as being able to upgrade your player this year. It's going to make a huge difference how we perform, I think, in the training as well. So we got to keep that in mind as we get ready to get into training. Okay, so inside the practice facility for the first time, and our training event says touchdown tally. We have 10 plays, and we have to score as many times as possible, and the goal is to score 16,000. So let's hop in here. Oh, okay, so we get full control over the playbook, it would look like, and we're going to, okay, get absolutely demolished on first down. I'm assuming the goal here is just success. So definitely don't want to be stupid with how we approach that, as we're going to throw a dot for our running back touchdown. Great throw on the run with the pressure bearing down. Good performance so far. And so we're going to be a little bit smarter here on the second drive. I think we have 4 opportunities, essentially. It's like a first and goal. And we just need to put the ball in before, oh my goodness. I'm too busy blabbing, didn't read the field at all, but I don't know if anything was open there anyway. So, here we go. And that's a touchdown. Oh, I see how this is working. It's not like a drive. It is literally, we have to score on each of these plays, as we're going to get sacked on this one. I mean, hard to score when you don't have any time to throw the ball, as we're going to put it on the receiver there and get a touchdown on that play. So, learned our lesson perhaps. Unfortunately, not going to maybe have the best score in this practice. In fact, we might not even earn a medal in this practice. So I think we will have learned for the future that we cannot have this kind of play. Oh, I mean, we should have had... Okay, now we get sacked. So I don't know how that drill worked. I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. However, for this practice, we do not come away with a great performance. That stinks. But we're also not that great so far, as we lose some coach trust, unfortunately. And with that, I think we now have to manage what we do with our weekly agenda. So we have 6 energy points to spend. As you can see, we need to... Coach Freeman said when we came in that we need to really focus on our academics because it's something that we have to take seriously here. So I think the important thing is that we stay eligible to play right now. So let's go ahead and just spend 2 off the rip. Make sure we start making progress towards progressing. And then what else do we want to spend our points on? I think, honestly, what we really need is to focus on our conditioning. So we can't do any more conditioning right now. But we want to be able to continue to get ourselves in good shape to be able to continue to earn more XP. Because as you can see, I believe we get a bonus to our ratings and a bonus to our XP earn as we condition ourselves. So 2 more points to spend here. Maybe we work a little bit more on our brand, and then we spend the last point on leadership. Because as the quarterback, we have to be a good leader, I think, and I think that'll also help our XP. So weekly points managed. And now we can go into this game against Virginia Tech where we're going to play 0 snaps. But that's all right. It's a learning experience, I think. When I haven't played this mode in so long, obviously I did not perform well in that drill in the slightest. And it's also not easy to throw the ball this year. One thing that I have learned through recording UTSA Dynasty and doing this is getting the ball downfield on Heisman is incredibly difficult. Everything I've seen online says a lot of the same. I've seen a lot of crazy clips, so I think the balance needs to be found because you've got good defense, I think, to a point with them being so difficult to throw the ball down the field against. However, if you've got receivers with great separation abilities, good speed, they should be creating separation. And unfortunately, a lot of the time right now, we are not seeing that. But rant aside, we are in our home stadium. We see the stairs of Notre Dame as we are going to walk down. We're going to get to punch the sign as we get ready for our very first game as a Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Maybe not going to see the field today, but still a big moment. We are out behind Coach Marcus Freeman as the mascot puts them up. We take the field for the first time. Lots of nerves internally, even though we have no chance to see the field, I'm sure. Big time performances await us in this stadium. We just don't know when they'll be. So we are on the sideline, and as you can see, much like 2K, we've got the teammate grade up there in the top left corner. I think we're going to be at a C+ for this entire game since we're obviously not playing. But if we wanted to, we could watch this whole game from the sideline. Obviously, I'm not going to subject you guys to doing so. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to our next moment after this play as we watch our defense get a big sack on first down. And we will see what happens in this game. So far, it looks like we're cruising out to an early lead and then extending said lead. Virginia Tech not looking like they're going to put up much of a fight in this game. And as we get into the second half, it's going to look like continuing to be much of the same. Virginia Tech puts up some points finally in the third quarter, but it doesn't matter as we walk out of here with a 34-3 win. Solid start to the season for Coach Freeman and the boys here, as we now get to go back to what matters for us most this season, which is trying to get better, getting better in practice, and then using those points to make our player better, and then hopefully winning a position battle here soon. So, advanced a week here, and as we can see, not looking particularly favorable right now, but it is a young season, and we are still just a true freshman. In worst case, we don't play any this season, and we earn a red shirt, as our academic advisor sends us a message. We have chosen a difficult school, and yep, we are aware of that. We said that we are prioritizing our exams, and it said if we manage a 3.7 at least 3 of our first years, we can graduate early. So we're going to thank our advisor. We will definitely be keeping track of our GPA. We know how important it is here. So heading into week 2, we have practice to take care of. Not a lot of points dispensed, so we're going to save those for now. And we're just going to focus on trying to earn some more here in practice. All right, back inside the practice dome here, and now we've got a different practice drill. I like this. I like being given some different situations we're thrown into here, forced to make a choice. So it says here, minute to win it. We have 60 seconds on the clock. We're down 4 with the ball at the 35, and we need a score. We earn points for completions, first down, and scoring plays, and penalties for sacks and bonuses for getting out of bounds. And it just says it does not credit any blocks. I don't know what that means. Users receive a clock bonus every 10 seconds starting at the half-minute mark. Score at the last possible second to increase our score. Okay, so essentially the goal here is to score. The bonus here is to do it and drain the clock and complete a lot of passes here. So we're going to start with a screen pass to the running back, and we'll get a little bit of yardage here. Not a lot, but we've got to be diligent. We can't afford to be stupid, as we're going to throw to the running back incompletion. Okay, so big bonus for the clock there, but obviously a big negative for throwing an incompletion. So 3rd and 4 now. We've got to find something here fast, and the defense is all over us. I mean, nothing we could do in a situation like that. So 4th down now. I mean, we've got to get at least a first. I'm going to roll, find the receiver, maybe get the first, and we will call a timeout. 3 seconds. We have a chance to put it in the end zone. I mean, do we just give our receiver on the edge a chance to go up and get it? And he can't come down with it. Wow. So we don't manage to earn any XP in that at all. That stinks. I mean, what are we to do there? That's a tough drill, especially at the Heisman difficulty. And with that, we are thrust back out here, and I mean, we get a tiny little bit of XP, but once again, we fall back on the coach XP or the coach trust, because we're not putting it up in the drills. So weekly agenda now. Once again, we're going to continue to prioritize our grades here. We'll definitely put some points in our conditioning, but other than that, once again, I think maybe we even put more in our academics this week. Really try to get ourselves in good shape so we don't end up in trouble with our academics. And we'll jump into another game against Purdue and watch us probably win this game pretty comfortably. So we're here in the sim now. Game 2. We won't watch every walkout this season. Obviously, the walkouts will matter much more when we're actually taking the field after we walk out. But we're watching this game here, and we're actually struggling a little bit in this rain game here against Purdue as we are in a defensive battle. We do have the lead, although Purdue takes the lead in the fourth, and we do manage to take the lead and barely, just barely walk away with the win. Purdue gave us everything we could handle in this game. Luckily, it seems like we were able to handle ourselves. So, back out into the menu now. Really got to prioritize getting some better results in practice. Hopefully soon, or hopefully next week, we'll get a better drill where I don't look like an idiot behind the line. Part of the problem is some of these drills make it very difficult for us to, do what we need to do because we're relying on our receivers to get open, and we're also not having a lot of time to find the open receiver because the line is not holding the blocks. So we've got to be able to get the ball out quick and find something here. It says we got a message here from Mike Denbrock. It says some of the starters are going to be watching extra film. I encourage you to come and sit in. We're definitely going to be able to definitely want to get some film study in, and that's why we prioritize doing our studying last week, I think. So the payoff for that is huge because now we can afford to do this week with Coach, I think, and maybe still have a decent week with our weekly agenda. Because I think we can then train, and then I think we spend the last point towards our brand. That way we can continue to work on maybe start working towards NIL scholarship or NIL deals. Because I know those grant us some bonuses. I'm not sure exactly what those are. I'm sure we'll see when we actually are good enough to earn one. All right, we are in practice, and the drill today is the pass skeleton. I'm familiar with this one. We have to complete passes within the time limit and score as many touchdowns as possible. Obviously, we get a bonus for longer passes, and as we complete more passes in a row, we earn points towards we increase our multiplier, and it resets if we throw incompletions. So we've really got to be able to find open guys without leaving the pocket, like that right there, as we complete a nice one over the middle. And we'll get closer to the red zone each time we complete a pass, as we're going to try to get this one in. No. It's really hard on those post routes because you've got to really decide whether or not you want to... Okay. Got to hold on through the contact there. But those post routes make it really difficult because you really got to decide who... I don't know what I'm doing. On post routes, you really have to decide... Wow, okay, that's not even... I'm not even going to try to finish the thought I was trying to say before because we are obviously in need of locking in here very quickly. As you can see, like I said, the routes downfield are just clamped double, and we can't find anything. So at this point, this drill is short pass simulator. Get us in position to throw a short pass for the touchdown there. And, oh my gosh, can our receivers hang on through some contact maybe? That'd be nice. Once again, just keep hammering the short passes. I don't know if we are going to be able to get any sort of medal here, but we got to keep trying. Throw a rocket into the back of the end zone. Okay, so still a little time left on the clock. I want to walk out of here with at least a bronze medal. This is our last opportunity, and they're going to give us curl routes. Okay. And, oh, we barely earn a bronze. Okay. Huzzah! We managed to earn a bronze medal. We earn a little bit of coach trust. Hey, coach trust is important. It's incredibly important right now since we've been in the red, coach trust-wise. So we start making some progress towards maybe getting back in coach's good graces, maybe earning ourselves a shot at quarterback 2. I mean, the Heisman skill cap is tough, but we do manage to finally earn a bronze medal there, and we do have a weekly agenda to attend to now. So like I said, I think we spend the 2 points on our fitness, and then we spend the last of our points on our brand. So we keep working forward. I think we're getting closer and closer to that influencer level. And we head into a week 3 matchup against BYU. Back here in the sim now. So what will it be? Can we put up a better performance against BYU than we did against Purdue? Already off to a better start offensively. But BYU's putting up points of their own. Deep into the second half now. It's a very similar game as it is a 16-10 scoreline. BYU takes the lead late. Are we going to be able to win? There is no way we walk out with the same score 2 weeks in a row. I know the BYU Cougars are devastated, almost being able to pull that upset off. However, once again, the Cardiac Kids pull off the exact same win we did last week, pulling out a 22-17 win. As I sit there and I sing, having done nothing as QB3 of this Notre Dame Fighting Irish squad. Unbelievable game. I can't believe that we ended up winning. So 2 weeks in a row, a 22-17 result. And once again, now we move on to next week. And hopefully, once again, we can continue to improve our practice performance and get ourselves in shape to compete for that QB2 job. All right, so advancing into next week, and we get a message from the starter here, Nick Minanchucci, I think. Said, hey, it's my backup. That's technically not true, actually. I'm your backup's backup. So, screw you, pal. How are you, man? Our room had some mold issues, so they're removing us for a week. Looks like we're going to be roommates. I tend to sleep over my alarm. Can you make sure I wake up tomorrow for practice? Of course. We're not going to be an asshole. I mean, despite the fact that this guy said, hey, it's my backup, I'm not your backup, bro. I'm your backup's backup. Get it right. We'll still be a nice guy. We'll make sure he's up. We got to make sure that we continue on this hot start. Can't afford for us to lose and be on the wrong side of one of these 17-22 games that we've been in. As we can see here in the top stories that 3 USC Trojans are in the Heisman race right now. That's an insane thing to see. So we do have 130 points to spend here, but we are going to go into practice first, I think. We'll see if we can maybe get some more points for us to spend, but we just have to be able to put up a decent performance against the CPU here. All right, practice time. Cover 2 skeleton. You get to march down the field and complete passes and earn points for each touchdown we make. So looks like we have to get down the field quickly here because we're not like earning a bonus to our multiplier for completing a bunch of short passes. So despite the fact that the short passes are wide open here, we have to be careful about taking too many, as we'll try to throw one in. Okay, that was an insane catch there from our receiver, and we're just gonna try to keep moving the ball down the field like it says. You know, we want to be able to get as many touchdown passes as possible. Get ourselves maybe a silver medal. That'd be an improvement. So some tiered improvements always nice. It'd also be nice if our receivers could hold on through some contact maybe once in a while. Try to put that on the spot. How can we complete a pass against this defensive unit? How do we do it? I mean, we just keep throwing and moving the ball, and it gets harder and harder when you're down here to get it in the right spot. Managed to score another touchdown. Oh, wide open pass right there. Okay, we earn ourselves a bronze medal with 10 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. Why can't we get the ball into the good spot there? All right, well, we managed to earn another bronze medal here. It really stinks that we are struggling so hard in the drills that they're giving us. maybe at some point we'll earn a gold medal here, but the Heisman difficulty, it just makes it so difficult to find an open man. So we'll take that in stride, and we'll hopefully, we did up or level up again. So we have 170 points to spend. I still think we're going to end up holding on to them. I think we keep banking up our player points here until we have a gold medal in practice. That'll be our reward. So weekly agenda to manage now. Once again, I think up until we get to that degrees tier, we keep up with this, and instead of focusing on our brand this week, we'll use some points on our leadership. Oh, and we still have another point left over. You know what? I think we go ahead and focus a little bit on our brand. Get us closer to that next tier. So week 4, it's week 3, but it's our 4th game of the year. So week 3 matchup for our 4th game of the year against Michigan State. So simming through another game that we aren't participating in. Our priority still is trying to get ourselves on the field, as it looks like we are going to lose our first game of the year, perhaps, as Michigan State is handling business here at home. Really stinks to fall this flat, as we are trying to mount a 4th quarter comeback and fall short, unfortunately. We tried our best, I think, to continue to be the cardiac kids who continue to win games. Unfortunately, it finally catches up to us. So, unfortunately, first loss of the season for the Fighting Irish, and we move on to the next season, or next week, and we try to put ourselves in a better position. We're still searching for our first gold in practice, and we're going to enter this practice with the same aspirations. Please, can we do it? So, we are in practice, and we are in another drill. So, this is QB short routes, moving hot spots. Complete a pass to our receiver in the hot spot. The smaller the hot spot, the bigger the score. Making completion in the center hot spot to increase our score multiplier. And a failure completion inside the hot spot or leaving the pocket will result in the multiplier resetting. So, essentially, we want to be able to put it on our receiver like... Okay. Alright, I get the idea. So, we want to be able to time our throw here. Like so. Perfect, just like that. So, we keep... that was more on our running back why that didn't go in the center ring. As that's an inner ring. Okay, so we are already at bronze. Heck yeah, we love to see that. Alright, that's another good one. I mean, he's not deep enough. Maybe I gotta, like, pass lead a little bit back. Alright, so we earned a silver. That's nice. There's that inner ring. Okay. Alright. So that's a super solid performance for us. I'll take that. So we get 150 coach trust, and we earn 1,000 XP for that performance in practice. And, man, why can't we have nice drills like that all the time? The ones where we have to go against our defense are so tough for us to walk away with positive scores in. And we level up once again, but we're still holding on to those points until we earn a gold in practice. So, weekly agenda to manage now. We're almost to the degrees point of study. So we'll spend another 2 points there. We'll keep putting our fitness. And then I think we're going to put 2 in our influencer or our brand right here, because I think we want to continue to get ourselves in better shape to earn some NIL sponsorships sooner rather than later. And we'll jump down into this Auburn game now. Hopefully we can bounce back after a loss last week. So simming yet another week of football that we don't get to play in, unfortunately, because we are still getting better slowly. But The Irish are putting up a better game than we did last week. In fact, we are looking in good shape as we enter the fourth quarter. And it looks like we are going to walk out with a win against the Auburn Tigers. Big time game. So that's how you bounce back after your first loss of the season. We're still not contributing at all in the games yet, but we're getting closer. If we could get a drill or a couple drills in a row that would allow us to earn gold easily, maybe then we would be in good shape to challenge for the next spot on the depth chart. But we advance to next week, and we will see how we are faring as far as that battle goes. So, obviously, here's how things are shaping up with our conditioning. How are we looking for the battle for QB2 here? As we get... okay, we get nothing. Can't even see my teammate, can't even see the message here. Sounds good, though. And we will go to whatever event that is. Hopefully it doesn't affect us besides the 1 XP or 1 energy that we spent to go to the event. But we'll jump into training here and hope that we get an event that'll allow us to earn a gold medal. So we are here in practice. As you can see, we've got the touchdown tally, but this time we are doing touchdown tally from the 5. So we have 10 plays starting from the 5 to try to put the ball in the end zone. What are we going to be able to do? Scoring down in the red zone is hard. Scoring down in the red zone against this defense is even harder. We do manage to score that time. I mean, they want us to run the ball, but the point is for us as the quarterback to score, and can't get in the end zone that time. And can we find something that time? Not looking so. We'll have to throw the ball away, unfortunately. And we'll maybe get the touchdown there. Okay. So we do manage to get a touchdown on that play. So we're now back to the 5-yard line. I guess if you complete one short of the goal line, it does move you up. As we get another touchdown there. 5 reps to go with a bronze medal earned. Can we earn ourselves another medal, perhaps? We'll run this sprint right smash and rocket a ball in for another touchdown pass. I really gotta, lock in here because I want us to be able to maybe get that gold finally. We'll throw a little lob there and get another touchdown. We are in silver medal range. Okay. We're almost there. I can almost smell the coach points or the player points I can smell them disappearing now into the distance as we do not manage to execute on that play. And on the final play of the drill, we're going to turn the ball over because there's just nothing going on. So another silver medal to our name. We're so close, yet so far. That's kind of been the theme so far this season as far as our performance in practice. But we're still putting up positive performances. Are we getting closer to potentially challenging for that next roster spot? It doesn't look like it. Did we, hold on, I'm a little bit confused because I think it says QB. Yeah, it says QB2. Did we just pass the guy who was second on the roster? We sure did. Oh, well, that's because Nick Minanucci got hurt. So we're actually playing QB2 right now. So let's take a look at the injury report. He tore his MCL, so he's going to be out for the next few games. So as we come into this this Georgia Tech game, we might actually see the playing field. As once again, we are now in good shape for our academics, as we have now prioritized that enough to be in the degrees category. And we will spend 2 points on our conditioning. And the last point we will spend on our brand. And with that, we enter this Georgia Tech game. Maybe we end up on the field if something crazy should happen to our backup quarterback. Let's wait or let's watch and find out. Home game here. We are QB2 on the depth chart. There is potential for us to be able to see the field today. Should things go poorly for our backup, not to say I want him to get injured. I definitely don't want that, but should he play poorly, or if we are blowing them out even, we might see the field. But let's see how things go in the sim here. As I was saying, we are blowing them out here. Holy cow, we are blowing them out. We might indeed see the field here if we keep this up, as we are getting ready to enter the fourth quarter, still up big, and we might walk out of here with a huge win. So despite the fact that Nick Minenchucci is hurt, we walk away as big victors here against Georgia Tech. So good performance from our backup quarterback as we walk into next week. So our challenge now becomes challenging QB2 for the opportunity to play this year. And after the performance he just put up, that might be pretty difficult. But we will see. Next week awaits us, and I will check in with you then. All right, we've advanced to next week, and we have a message from Audrey here. It says, "Hey Chris, it's Audrey. Had your number in my contacts from high school and saw you post from yesterday. Didn't realize you went here. To be honest, I don't remember you too well. Do you want to come to this party tomorrow night and catch up?" Show her your highlights at the party. That's wild. I'm good. I gotta make sure we are at class. So we are turning down Audrey. Our priorities lie on the field and in the classroom. Speaking of, we need to get to practice and see if we can finally achieve a gold medal in practice. We are in the pocket presence drill in practice, it would seem, and we have to avoid these projectiles and hit the targets while completing passes. Gold is 30K. I imagine that on Heisman it's going to be very difficult to avoid these balls that are flying at our face currently. Couple of quick completions there. Definitely want to be able to build up a multiplier quickly as well, as we are doing pretty good getting the ball out quickly. I'm still worried that we're going to end up accidentally getting sacked. I got to keep us in a good pattern here. Oh, I missed the... Okay, I'm missing the target. What is going on? Why can't I get... Thank you. It was doing some very weird things right there. Oh, come on. I need to get a couple... A big bullseye. Come on. No, we were sacked. No. So we only earned bronze this week. Oh, this is so frustrating. We're like so close. I don't know what that buggy bullshit was that made us wait so long to... And I don't like the zoom, or I don't like the camera moving as I'm trying to throw the ball. I don't understand what the purpose of that is. It's not a good design choice. And I need to focus on the giant tennis balls you guys are throwing at me, instead of, oh great, you hit the bullseye, let us zoom in so you can see that and not focus on the giant projectiles we're sending your way. Awful design. You want me to focus on them, yet you make it impossible for me to do so. Got it. So frustrating for it to turn out that way. We're trying so hard to start getting a positive impact on our coach, and we can't do that because the training drills suck. Really, really suck. We have 6 points to spend. We're in good shape with our academics, so we can actually maybe only spend 1 this week. And maybe we really bump some points up into our fitness to try to get us in peak physical shape before this game against Wake Forest. Still probably won't see the field. You never know, though. So here in the sim now, we're on the road against Wake Forest. Do we maybe see the field today? Maybe not, but you never know. Someone might get hurt. We might be blowing them out, but it looks like Wake Forest is actually giving us a pretty good game here. As we're late in the fourth, do we pull away? We do manage to get 22 points. It must be our lucky number because we keep putting it up every week. So we walk away with a 22-18 win instead of 17 this time. And we will march on into next week and continue to try to find a gold medal in practice. Okay. So as you can see on your screen, it says we have activated a position battle for QB1 against, I'm not sure what his first name is, but our starter, or our current starter. And we're getting a text here from Coach Freeman. It says, I need you to stay a bit after practice this morning. It says we've made it clear, or you've made it clear you believe you should be our starting quarterback. I don't know if I have done that at all. And it says, now we're going to give you a chance to prove it. And we are going to go out there and give it our best shot this week. We are going to go into this position battle. A lot on the line for us. We want to be able to, I think, walk away as the starter this week. Wouldn't that be something? We just have to be able to put up a big performance in these drills. Show Coach Freeman that we've got what it takes to be the starter. So, it is time for practice. As you can see, we are in the position battle, and we have to win 2 of these 3 drills if we are going to become the starter. We are up against Blake Herbert, and in this first drill, we need to beat 12,000 points and the touchdown tally. So we've learned from our experience in practice that we are going for touchdowns as much as possible. So we don't want to hand the ball off to the running back, as we get a quick completion there. And can we get a touchdown on our next throw? Have to find capitalization opportunities. There's a big one. A touchdown on every play is, like, not realistic, as we're going to have to throw the ball away there as nothing's going on. It's not realistic, but we have to find a way to be able to move the ball somewhat effectively. That was, like, the worst thing I possibly could have done. I was hoping that eventually he would have moved down to the drag route, but he just stuck there, as we are not able to make a completion. So things are getting pretty desperate already. I mean, it is impossible almost to find an open receiver in the middle of the field, and we have no time to throw the ball again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to complete passes, as we get one there. Okay, that's something. There's 3 reps remaining. Maybe we no, we're gonna fumble the ball. I mean, we have no time to throw. They want us to be able to throw the ball, but I can't, because that's what happens every play. I literally just dropped back. So we are not gonna complete this first event. I don't understand how we were ever supposed to. Is once again, we are sacked. What are we supposed to do when that is happening every play? So we don't win the first part of the QB battle. We are now on to the second part, and we are now tasked with trying to score a long touchdown drive against this Heisman defense, which, as you can see, is giving absolutely nothing up through the air. I have a feeling we are not going to be earning the QB1 job today, and I don't know if it is even possible for us to win at this level. The defenders are running routes for my receivers in man coverage. Even in zone coverage, there's nobody open. And my wide receiver can't make a catch there. I'm heavily considering the idea of okay, yeah. We're not gonna earn the starting QB job today. And I mean, I don't know if there's even a point to this, because the battle's over. But yeah, I think it's time for a difficulty change. We're gonna lose XP, like 0.25% XP on all of the gains we get to lower it to All American, but at the same time, are we losing XP, or are we actually benefiting ourselves because we'll actually be able to put up a decent product on the field? Our receivers might actually get some separation, and at some point maybe I'll mess around with the sliders and we'll see if if there's a slider set out there for All-American or maybe even Heisman that makes it so this isn't just torture. Because, like I said, I'm absolutely fine suffering in UTSA Dynasty through the bullshit, the absolute bullshit that Heisman difficulty puts you through. But in Road to Glory, this is just unfair. It genuinely is unfair to the player. You have no chance to control your receiver at the catch point, so you've got receivers dropping everything your quarterback throws at them. You've got a bunch of other things that are happening here. So at the end of the day, it blows. It really sucks. We are going to absolutely change the difficulty. We will lose some of the bonus we get for being on Heisman. I just don't care anymore. I need my quarterback to have a chance in practice. I need him to have a chance against the defense when we're back there. Because right now it's either I drop back with 2 seconds to throw and I get sacked, or I drop back and every single receiver downfield is covered. And I am fine with that in UTSA Dynasty because I have the opportunity to make contested catches for my receivers. But when it's completely up to the CPU and I'm only controlling Kris Hickock at quarterback, I need to have a chance. So we have 6 points to manage this week. As you can see, right now we are still in good shape everywhere across the board. We're going to prioritize keeping our academics in good shape. And we're also absolutely going to prioritize our fitness. And with our other 2 points this week, we will worry about our brand. And then we'll also worry about our leadership. We'll keep pumping some points into those. And we will sim another game here against USC and see how we perform against this team. So we're here in the sim against USC. Despite the fact we didn't win the starting QB job, we still might see the field here should something happen. But we're mostly looking forward to next week. A difficulty change, I think, gives us a better chance to actually be a decent player as we get shit stomped by USC. Oh my God, 54-20 is your final score. Yeah, no wonder Coach was maybe looking for us to take a step up at quarterback. I'm sure he's disappointed that is the result. So we now prepare for next week, and hopefully with difficulty changed, we have a better shot at actually doing something in a position battle. Okay, so we have a message here from our academic advisor. Maybe. I don't know what that was about. She said nothing to me. But as you can see here, it is a bye week for games, so we are just going to focus on practice and our agenda. So we'll hop in here to practice and see how we do with the difficulty lowered to maybe a more playable level now. Okay, so we are in practice for the first time now after lowering the difficulty a little bit, and we're going to see how it affects things. Maybe we finally find a gold medal for ourselves, as we are going to drop back to pass. We just have struggled to find open receivers with any separation. I mean, you know, it's also necessarily a product of the team we play for having such a great defense, but we got to be able to look down the field and find some big plays here and score some touchdowns, especially if we lower the difficulty. So we're going to keep looking for bigger passes, especially since that's the whole point. We can't build up a multiplier just getting completions as we get a big touchdown there. But, I mean, they expect us to... this drill kind of stinks in a way because they want you to just throw the ball deep every time, and that's just irresponsible. I mean, there's so little time as we managed to rocket one in for the touchdown there. But, oh, okay. Couple of big passes there. Okay, number 14 is helping us out big time in this drill right now. Can we get another touchdown? Okay. So we're in bronze. Nothing doing that time. And this will be our last rep. Maybe we go for the touchdown pass as, yes, it is complete. All right, so I definitely think that was a little bit more friendly, a little more user-friendly on All-American. I still think we probably could have done better. I think we got a little bit more comfortable being aggressive there as we got later into the drill. But we'll earn a little bit less XP for it, as you can see. But we still have XP on, or wear and tear on. So we'll earn XP from that. And I think we will be looking at another position battle next week as we, I think, pass the starter for Coach Trust. So, GPA, it looks like we have been reset because we had that big exam. So now we got to focus on our academics once again. And I don't know why we were able... Oh, did we have 8 energy to spend this week, I guess? So I just put 2 in there, and that didn't cost anything. Interesting. But we will go ahead and train, keep ourselves in peak physical shape. We'll spend some points on our athletics, or our leadership, and our brand. And we'll actually spend a little bit more on our brand, since we have some points left over. And with that, we will move on to next week since we are not playing a game. And we'll see if we're in a position battle again. And maybe we have a better shot with the difficulty being a little more friendly to us. And as you can see here, we are, again, going to be in a QB1 battle here against Blake Hebert. So we will walk into this week getting another text from our coach, getting another opportunity here to compete for QB1, and we get a text from Mackenzie, our classmate, who wants us to break curfew to go to a party. I am good. Not before a game, not before a position battle, when it means we might start this week. So we are in a position battle, and as you can see, we have to beat Blake Hebert at this same drill that we were in last time we tried to win the position battle. Maybe we have a little bit more success through the air at a slightly lower difficulty. At the end of the day, a touchdown is what we need to walk away with. Of course, we want to do it in 10 plays or less, but it'd just be nice to walk away with a touchdown instead of struggling the way we have. So we're going to try to be smart with the football. hope that we don't put ourselves in bad position. And at the end of the day, we are happy completing the drill more than anything. More than completing it in 10 plays or less. More than, beating him in the battle. I think we would be happy just putting the ball in the end zone after the performance we had last time trying to beat this drill. Big catch and contact for our receiver there, and we are across the 50 now. So we are having some success in the air. However, we got to manage the clock now. Looking like time's starting to run out. Able to find a quick completion on the out route. And did we get out of bounds? We did indeed get out of bounds. So approaching the red zone now. And we're going to drop it off on that in route there. Pick up the first down, and we're inside the 10-yard line. We have a chance to score it. Can we capitalize? Gonna find a quick pass there, and we beat Blake Hebert in the drill. So one position or one part of the battle won, and now we are in pocket presence all-out blitz. So this was another thing that we threw or got thrown at us. However, this was thrown at us after we'd already lost the battle, so we weren't trying too hard. So this time, we're going to give it our best. We have to avoid these projectiles and destroy the targets. Can we do it? Like I said, we got to put ourselves in the best spot to hit the target. I don't know what kind of pass that was supposed to be. That's going to be a bullseye. Keep avoiding the projectiles. As long as we hit like the inner ringer of the bullseye and don't end up getting hit by these projectiles, I think we'll be in good shape. We got to be 20,000. Oh, that one's going to be bad. Oh, that stinks. Okay. Got to build up the multiplier again. Get the bullseye there. Okay, we're across the 10,000 mark. Almost got it. Oh, the drill's over. We run out of time. So we don't end up winning the second event, and we are left here with a pivotal third event on an event that we've struggled with so many times, and I don't know what coach... I think coach is telling us to give up because QB kneel is his suggestion. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to try to run this play right here on the out routing. We're going to get sacked on the first attempt. I mean, what can we do when they break through the line right away? And once again, nothing going on our second attempt. Third attempt. Okay, we finally have some success. I mean, we should be able to get some separation just like that and hopefully have some success. I mean, if we don't have time to throw the football. And if we can't put the ball on target, that's the other problem. And that's a completion. So it's going to be tight as we get down to the finish here. That's going to be a completion. Can we keep capitalizing on a good matchup here as another completion puts us in position here with one more? We can win this job. Hit as we throw, but it is complete. So let's just be smart here with our last throw. We could throw it away for all we care, but that starting job belongs to Kris Hickock. He is going to step in as a true freshman and lead the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Hopefully, when we step on the field, it'll be easier for us to perform against teams that aren't Notre Dame. But we get a level up. But with that, we will see what happens in our first game as the starter of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the next episode. So if you did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my small channel grow, and I really enjoy you guys joining me on my journey here. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.